So this is past 1 a.m, almost 1:30 a.m. That's in the middle of the night. I'm not sure if anybody's awake by this time, but um YouTube for me has become like a digital diary where I can say things and save them so I can watch them later. I've said it before in one of my lives that it has become like an avenue to express myself. I've gotten used to you know I've gotten used to coming on live. So I just finished um a prayer session with my, I would say, would I say my family members? Well, they are church members. I'm a Christian, like I've said many times on this channel, and in my church we have a group. It's a prayer group. So on the group, every 12 a.m. we have midnight prayers. I don't always join them, but I try to join whenever I can. And when I'm going through a lot that and I can't join them, I don't. Sometimes I join them and I don't say anything, I don't contribute, but I just listen to the prayers, I just listen to everything that is going on. In a way, it uplifts my spirit. And that's why I said community is important, because literally you cannot do live on your own, and you might not even know how much you are impacting the lives of other people. Probably the people in the group or the leader of the group, he's probably not aware of how much the group means to me, how much the group has helped my life. um it's just something about being in a community setting. It helps you, it grows you, it develops you. The whole purpose of community is that you all have like mind, right? You have similar goals. If you belong to a group, there's something that binds all the members of the groups together. That's the thing about being in groups. So you guys are similar, you have similar mindsets, because you are all working towards a common goal, no matter what the goal of the group is. But for every group, everybody in the group is working towards a common goal, right? So if you belong to a group, in one way or the other, the group is definitely going to be helpful to you, and your group members may not even know how much the group is impacting you. Like this my prayer group that I just spoke about, it has really helped me in ways that I might never even be able to explain. Hi Donald, hi Gladys, welcome to the live. Thanks for joining, nice to have you here. Where are you joining in from? I think this is the first time I'm seeing you both on my live, but it's nice to have you here anyways. Thanks for joining me. I was just talking about the importance of community, the importance of having people around you. Thank you, I appreciate. So yeah, I was just talking about how community has really impacted my life. Having people around you who have similar goals, who have similar mindsets, who are able to pour into you, because as a person, every day that you interact with other people, you give something of yourself. It is very good to have people around you that can pour into you as much as you have poured into others. Hi, Woke Black Man. Hi everyone. Thanks for stopping by. So you can also share your own experience, how community has helped you. I'll be reading comments. Hi, Mr. Retiring Bird. Okay, these names are a bit strange to me. Okay, you can just tell me where you're joining in from. It's always nice to come here and interact with everybody. Like I was just talking about community building, and sometimes for people, so there are certain times that you may not have community around you. Hi Yakiman, hi, where are you joining in from? No, you no, you can't. So yeah, community is important because they uplift you, they help you. I know how much community has helped me. Me personally, I don't have a lot of friends that are always like around all the time. So I do appreciate people that show up for me. And I think it's important that people try to belong to a group with a common goal in mind. Whatever you're doing, like if you're going somewhere, if you go on your own, you still get there, but if you go with a group, if you go with a community, you probably get there, faster, right? And that's the thing about community, that's the thing about groups. They help you when you are falling short. But anyone that doesn't belong to a community or a group yet, an uplifting group, I pray for you that you find one. I pray for you that you're able to join one. I pray for you that you are able to have people around you that genuinely care for you, that genuinely love you, that can having friends around that can pray for you. I remember one time, like a month ago or so, I was going through like a spiritual phase. I had to call our prayer head to say, okay, this is what I'm going through, if you can put me in prayers. And that season passed, and I feel like also one way or the other their prayers also really helped my life. So there's nothing as great as having a friend or a brother or a sister or anybody who can intercede on your behalf, right? Who can go to prayers on your behalf. Sometimes when people do things for us, we think it's all about money, but like people cannot the only way people can help you, it's not in material things. People can also help you by praying for you. Okay, there's nothing as good as a praying friend. Okay, hi Akiman, I can still see you. How are you, and where are you joining us from? Where are you joining me from, rather? Hi, where are you joining from? Okay, so continuing the conversation, there's nothing as great as having a praying friend, right? Someone who can pray on your behalf, someone who's able to go on their knees and talk to God on your behalf. There's like everything is not about money, everything is not about material possessions. Some things are much more important. There are certain things that anybody can have money and give it to you, but it really takes someone who cares about you. It really takes someone who is spiritually sensitive to be able to pray for you. So we all need a praying friend. As much as you have a friend that goes to club, you also need a friend that can pray on your behalf. Hi Ida Scrib, nice to have you here. I remember you joined my live once. Nice to have you here again. How have you been? How has your own content creation been going? How is it moving? Edmila, hi, nice to have you here. Ida Scrib, well done to you, dear. Thanks so much for joining. So I was just talking about community. I just finished a prayer session with my prayer group, and I wanted to share how much that the prayer session has impacted my life and how important it is to have people around you who are praying for you. And I don't always join them in the prayer. Sometimes I just listen to it, and I feel like it has also helped my spiritual life. It has also helped me grow. And so community is really important because it helps us. We benefit from it so much, especially those who belong to a nice community. Hi Adrian, nice to see you here again. How are you doing? Adrian, I haven't seen you on my live in, like, let me say, a couple of days, maybe 4 or 5 days. It's been a while actually. How have you been? How is work? I think you're the one who said that you're in the US, right? I can't remember specifically, but I think you are the one that said you're in the US. How is it over there? Here it's actually quite late. It's like past 1:30 a.m. in the morning. So I don't know what time it is for you there. Maybe it's not that late or early, if I may say. But over here it's really, really early. I'm actually surprised that so many people are awake. Ida Scrib, I know you are in this country with me, so why are you awake by this time? Why are you awake by almost 2 a.m.? Tomorrow, tomorrow is Monday. I hope you've not forgotten. Yakima, I don't know if you speak English, but I can't really understand what you are trying to say. Anyways, let me not deviate from the purpose of this live. I just really wanted to talk about how my community has impacted me, and also some other groups that I belong to. Actually, like, I will not say I belong to a lot of groups, but I belong to a few groups. Let me say 4 or 5 groups, and each group has impacted me in different ways. And the older I get, the more I'm beginning to understand how human relations are very beneficial for us. When I say human relations, I'm not just talking about relationships. So I'm not talking about like relationships. I'm just talking about human relations as per relating with people on a daily basis. It doesn't have to be anything serious, it doesn't have to be anything deep. Okay. Oh wow. Work black man, are you serious? What did you do? Prison. What did you do? Why are you there? Wow, this is serious. I'm so sorry, but I also need to know what you did. Anyways, as I was saying, human relations is very, very important for us. I didn't realize how, important human relations was. I used to be the kind of person that if we were not relating on a deep level, then I didn't see the point of us relating. But lately I've been involving myself in different activities with different people, and I begin to realize that not every relationship that you have with people, like not every connection that you have with people, has to be really deep. It's the same way they say classify your friends. Some friends you can hang out with, some friends you can play with, some friends you can work with. Okay, some friends you can just discuss deep things happening in your life. Not every friend is for everything. Like if you are lucky to find a friend that fits into everything or can do everything for you, then that's great. You are blessed. You have no idea how blessed you are. But most people cannot function in every capacity. Most people only function in a particular capacity that they know a lot about. For example, some people are really good with relationships, marriage, and family. Some people are really good in social setting. Some people are really good in their studies. Some people are really good in business, but some people are really good in spiritual matters. So when you make connections with somebody, I think it's also on you to know the part that that person is really good at, because that's the part that they'll be able to say to serve you as much as you serve them. Okay, someone that is really good in family affairs, if you try to ask them about maybe international doings, they may not be able to explain to you so much because they don't have so much knowledge in that area. And then again, when I was talking about not every connection has to be really deep, there's a sisters program that I joined this sisters group. I think I've been on that group since last year, and they've had different meetings. Like they do meetups, they do Zoom meetings, like online meetings and physical meetings. But the first meeting that I attended was this month. Now that meeting was really, really impactful for my life. It's a Christian sisters meeting, by the ways. That meeting was really, really impactful for my life. Most of the people, except for the leader of the group, the other ladies there, about 7 other ladies, I was meeting them for the first time. Okay, we didn't have any deep relations beyond that day, but that day it was really nice meeting everybody and just conversing with everybody and having a good time, right? It was a safe space, so like we could share our sorrows, someone cried, like we could just share the things that were happening with us, pray together, and just talk to each other. That's basically what the group was for, right? And okay, let me read this comment. Overstayed my visa, waiting to get deported. Wow. I'm really sorry about that. Honestly, I'm so sorry about that. Well, I know that I won't be able to ask so much questions here because of like how the platform is, right? But I'm not going. I don't even have much to say because I don't want to judge you. I don't know your situation, but you should not have overstayed your visa because you know that that is like a federal crime, and if you are caught, then there are consequences for that. I'm so sorry that you were caught anyways. I'm sorry that you're going to be deported, and I pray that the good Lord makes it easier for you. I pray that He lightens your load. I pray that He eases your burden. I pray that the road will not be so hard for you. I pray that He makes it easy for you. I pray that He comforts you. He gives you peace. He gives you joy. I pray that every step of the way the Lord will be with you. I pray that He will guide you on the right path to go. I pray for direction for you. Okay, I pray for comfort. I pray that He will protect you from unseen forces and from every danger. And I pray that if you're going back home, that if it is will for you to go back home, I pray that even when you get there, He provides whatever you need to be able to settle down. If you are starting afresh, I pray that He provides whatever you need to be able to start afresh. And may the Lord be with you. May He guide your footsteps. May He direct you. And may He show you the right path to go, and may He help you in making the right decisions. I leave you in the hands of God. There's no greater thing than leaving a person in the hands of God, because God is almighty, He's all seeing, He's all knowing, He's omnipotent. Okay. Okay. So that's that. So yeah, like I was saying, there's something that I wanted to talk about, but I think I'll just brush on it tonight, because it's kind of related to what I'm talking about. It's all part of my experience that I'm just sharing. So I realized that not every connection has to be serious. Sometimes we just connect with people on a regular basis. Okay, it's not everybody that you meet that you have to be attached to. Some people, you meet them, you have a good time with them, and you forget about them. Not necessarily forget about them, but there's no attachment to it, right? Some people are very temporary. Some people, we are only going to meet them for a day, right? There's certain people that you come across them today and they help you today, like they help you with certain things today, but that's all that the connection between the both of you is destined to be. Sometimes we overdo things by wanting to stay in touch with somebody that we should have met for one day, right? I've seen that play out numerous times. There's some people that come into our lives just for that one day, but we try to overstep our boundaries. We try to overdo things by wanting to like keep them permanently in our lives. We forget that some people are temporary. It's not everybody that comes into your life that is meant to be permanent. Okay, some people come in temporarily, either to help you with something. And one thing about me is that if someone comes into my life, I always figure out why they had to come into my life, especially when they're leaving. Okay, if someone has played their role in my life, I can almost tell. Like most often times, I can tell that okay, this person's role in my life is over. Or I can tell that this is the reason this person had to come into my life. This is the lesson I had to learn, or this is the blessing they had to give me. I don't know. I don't know if other people can tell, but I can definitely tell in my relations with people that this is the reason this person came into my life, and their work in my life is done, and this is why they had to leave. This is why we are no longer in contact. Like it's nothing serious, it's nothing personal, it's just that their work in my life is done. Okay, so not everybody in your life, not everybody that you meet, not everybody that you come across is meant to be permanent. Some people are temporary. Okay, they came into your life for a reason. It's not always for a blessing. Sometimes it's a lesson, and if you're smart enough, you learn the lesson that you need to learn, so that that occurrence does not have to repeat itself, right? So that's life. And it's not everybody that you meet and you have a good time with that you need to get attached to. Okay, some people, you just meet them, have a good time, and that's it. There's no need prolonging things. Like, we should learn to have a good time temporarily. We don't have to make everything permanent. Okay, I've noticed that a lot of people, when when they come across certain people, they want to be attached. Okay, like some things are just meant for memory's sake. Anthony de Mello, I went through like an emotional phase. I think it was early last year. So I started listening to Antonio de Mello. Right, I found him here on YouTube and I started listening to him. He said something. He said that people are meant to be enjoyed, like in the moment. They are not meant to be missed. Okay, and that makes a lot of sense. Something's in my teeth. Excuse me. I'm sorry, guys. That makes a lot of sense. People are meant to be enjoyed, or you are meant to live with people in the moment. People are not necessarily meant to be missed. What does that mean? It means that there's so many people in the world. If someone decides that they no longer want to be in your life, then it is what it is. People are not necessarily, unless they are like your permanent family members, and even if they are, if they decide to leave, people are not like, I don't know how to explain it, but there's a way that which is why I mentioned his name, so you can also like check on the topic. Like if you're trying to gain more control of your emotions and be more grounded, I think he's such a great person to listen to, because I mean, he has insights that me personally I've never heard before, and I may not even be able to explain it to you properly, because if you notice, I don't talk about relationships. Like, emotional phase is not my weakest, it's not my strongest point. So like, I don't have a lot of capacity in that area, so that's why I don't talk about it publicly. But I understand what it meant and I'm able to apply it to my life, but I don't really know how to explain it like generally, that everybody be able to understand. But the main idea is that people are meant to be enjoyed or lived with in the moment. People are not meant to be missed. Okay, if you encounter someone today and they bring meaning into your life, it's fine, because tomorrow you can also encounter someone else that is going to bring meaning into your life. Okay, life is a journey basically, and when you're on a journey, you come across different people. Okay, the people that you started the journey with, you don't have to drag them to the center of the journey if they are not willing to come with you, right? People that you started the journey with, as you go on the journey, you meet different people that will help you or assist you in different capacities. You meet different people that will aid you on your journey. Okay, you meet different people that will teach you lessons that you need to use or that you need to have to be able to overcome future challenges in your journey, right? I mean, how do we learn lessons? By experiences. And who brings experiences? People. Okay, there are certain things that will happen to you now, and you will say, oh, I've experienced this thing before, this thing has happened to me before, blah blah blah. It's because of past experience. So that past experience was necessary for you to have, knowledge and wisdom to be able to overcome, whatever challenges is happening to you in the present time, right? So I'm just saying, people come and go in our lives. Okay, there are certain people in our lives that are permanent, like, your mom, your dad, your siblings, maybe your spouse or your children, right? But when it comes to friendships, I'm not saying don't value friendships. I'm saying that make room for people that show up per day, and they have something to offer. Like, there are people that I've met in a public transportation, right? And they have, impacted my life in that 5-10 minutes of us meeting each other. They have impacted my lives, and I never saw them again, and I probably will never see them again, and it's fine. Okay, like where I am now in my life, I don't stress things. Okay, if I meet somebody and somehow we fall out of touch, or like there was someone that I met in public transportation, right? So I don't know how, but my phone had died, his phone had died, right? And we didn't have any pen on us, so there was no way for me to give him my contact, there was no way for him to give me my contact. And he was kind of rejecting, like, okay, how do I get your contact, we stay in touch. And I was just basic, because if it's not happening naturally, if it's not flowing, then there's no point. At this point in my life, I don't see the need to force like connections or try to manufacture something. If it's not flowing naturally the way that it should, then I just leave it at that. You can meet people. There are people that I have met once for maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe when you go for an event or you go for a festival, you meet them there, you guys have a good time, you guys connect, you bond, you talk and all of that, and you never see them again. I'm trying to say that those kind of connections are perfectly fine, because there are some people that they want to drag or string along every single person they come across. It's not possible. It's honestly not possible, because in fact, not everybody is even a part of your journey. There are some people that you meet by chance. Okay, naturally in the blueprint of your life, the way it has been destined, you're not even supposed to meet those people at all. But maybe because of being at the wrong place at the wrong time, or because of chance, or like, I don't know, because of unforeseen forces, then you crossed paths with that person, right? So you're not even supposed to meet this person at all. So you even crossing paths with that person is kind of like a mistake. But I know that God is perfect, and nothing happens by mistake. But I'm just saying, when you cross paths with this person by mistake, there you go the extra mile to try to stay in touch with this person, try to stay in contact with this person, without realizing that this person is not good for you. And in the natural blueprint of your life, you are not even supposed to meet this person at all. There's something my general overseer, like in the church that I attend, there's something he would say, that there are people that you're supposed to meet, and there are people that you're supposed to miss. There are people that they are dangers to our lives, they are dangers to our destinies. Okay, we're not even supposed to meet them at all, at all. And there are people that come into our lives to teach us the lesson, to help us grow, right? To challenge us, to help us become better versions of ourselves. That's fine. And there are other people that we're supposed to miss them because they are destructive. Okay, there are people that we're supposed to miss because they don't have anything good to offer to our destiny, to our purpose, to where we're heading to. Okay, there are people that we should not even come in contact with them at all, because they are destiny destroyers. Okay, so when you meet people, I think, like, we should actually be a lot more spiritually sensitive. Okay, because if you're spiritually sensitive and you meet someone, as the relationship or connection or whatever, as it begins to progress, you can be able to discern, like, do I want to proceed with this person, or do I not want to proceed with this person? There's certain people that you meet them and you just feel like your spirit doesn't connect with them. You just feel like your instincts are going off on an alarm, right? So there are certain people that we should miss, there are certain people that we should meet. Anyways, anyhow, community is very, very important, and I pray that everybody gets the gift of community, because naturally in God's plan, right? We are not meant to do life alone, especially for those who are single, especially for those in their waiting season. I genuinely pray for you that, you know, God gives you your own partner, God gives you your own person. Everybody needs a partner, everybody needs a person, everybody needs companionship. Nobody can do life alone. So if you are yet to have a partner of your own, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think for the meantime, you can try to be part of a group, you can try to be part of a community. Okay, connections don't have to be romantic alone, relationships don't have to be romantic alone. You know, family is not just the people that or that you were born with, or that you were born. Family is not just the circle you were born into. You can also create your own family. When Jesus was asked who is his brother and his sisters, what did he say? Who did Jesus refer to as his family? Okay, not just his mother. It's the same way in our church. We call ourselves a family. Okay, in the body of Christ, we refer to ourselves as a family. Okay, because we have the same dad, because, you know, we have the same, we work towards the same goals. You know, we are united by the blood of Jesus. Okay, so we are one in the body of Christ. So it's very, very important that you belong to a community. Okay, if you're a Christian, you can belong to a church. If you're into sports, you can, you know, try to play football, tennis, or whatever. That also brings you closer to a community. Okay, whatever. If you like reading, there are so many book clubs around. In my city, there are so many book clubs. Okay, and like I said, the Christian women group that I joined, I think the thing is, if you want to be part of a community, just be alert, just like open your ears and all of that. You definitely see communities that you can join. As long as it's something that you want to do, you'll be able to notice when the opportunities to be a part of something nice comes up. So yeah, that's that. I do wish you all the best. I pray that the Lord continues to guide you, guide us, and, you know, give us the grace to be better versions of ourselves and lead us in the right path. Thank you so much for joining my live at this time. I really appreciate everybody. If you're here, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Just a way to support me, just a way to encourage me. You know, I would really really appreciate it. Okay, so this is bye for now, and I will see you later in the day. I do go live, like, let me just say, almost every day except something happens. But going live just an avenue for me to share my thoughts, to share my feelings, to share, you know, things that are, you know, happening around me that I feel is worth sharing. And it's also, like I said earlier in this live, it's also like a digital diary for me, where I want to save things and store things, because I cannot remember everything, but I can always come back to, you know, check on whatever it is that I posted. Sometimes I even watch my videos and learn from them, because, you know, sometimes when I start talking, there's like a flow of ideas, and I do end up saying like so many things that, you know, when I'm sober or later on, I can even sit down and reflect on. Yeah, so that's that. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next time. Bye.